He just joined. He's new. He's new. He dead. GG. Hello everyone, this is MopBop. This is the PentaCraft server, and this is episode 43. I'm back in my base here. I've got more plans for this episode, but first I want to welcome Trickshot to the server. I believe his YouTube name is Mev. I hope that's right. That's one of his names, maybe that's his Twitch. I hope it's both. I hope I got that right. Yeah, well, regardless, welcome to the server. Oh, and he's back. Welcome back. Anyways, in this episode, I've got some stuff to do, but first I want to show off, and you know what, it's just going to be constant chat. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off right now. Chat off. And there we go. So I got a few changes at my base, slight tweaks, but are really going to improve this place. I think I got this ladder back here, and this just goes straight up into the fish farm. That was kind of bright purple for a little bit there. Got up to the fish farm, and it's just a really fast way of getting up here. I had just glass there before, so you could see up anyways, but I think that'll improve it greatly. And here's what I want to do in this episode, off in that direction. But a slight tweak with this is that this here used to be a stair here, stair here. I got rid of the stair here, and now the horse can ride straight out, so I really don't need the... Oh no, unless that happens. There we go. And that is my own health, that is not the horse's health, which is no problem at all. And then going back in is completely smooth. So maybe I could even change that up just a little bit and make it where I don't even take damage, and I still need one more horse. But yeah, this is an improvement, because before I had to like take out the gate and do that, but I'm not going to worry about that at this point. But I am going to work on this. I'm going to carry this here out. This is the birch wood and the stone slabs for the floor in here, and that's just going to go straight over to that other little island, go straight across this kind of gulf, kind of bay type water feature here. And that's going to allow for me to expand over in this direction as well as into this mountain. And you can see that I have a hole here. I'll get to that in a minute, but I want to do a bridge first. And so what this is going to be really is just like the same shape or the same color scheme here, with the birch wood going all the way across and the stone slabs all the way in a straight line, just like we have in here, but you're not going to have the glass because there will be a block below it, and you wouldn't actually be able to see the ocean. I would like it if you could see the ocean, but the way I kind of designed it in a test world, it's just not going to work. I really like the way I have it, and I don't want to accommodate for that. So I'm going to go ahead and carry these blocks over, and then we'll work on designing the side of it. Okay, the path is in. I know it ends kind of abruptly if you come down here and look at this. It looks like the land is just... it's like it's... which is a new verb that I just made up. And so, I'm not going to worry about that in this episode, because that is the main topic of this episode. Oh, little peek, peek, peek. I'm going to grab a few fences here, and I want to make a little, like a guardrail, and then eventually some supports going down. They'll just kind of morph into each other, and yeah, you can see over to that other base over there, but I'm not too worried about that. So actually, that's too high. We'll come down one instead of going up, and we'll just come out with these spruce wood fences. Like I said, we're going to use 4, so 1, 2, actually, we could go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then if we drop down below, we'll grab some slabs. I think this will be quite nice. And actually, we could even just do this. How does that place? Does that place... That place is like that. That's not how I want it to place. Yes, I got it. Okay. Well, we'll just do that for now, and then we'll come punch out that torch. There we go. And I think that actually... Yeah, I think that's actually going to have another slab below it. I tried to save on some resources there, but that's fine. So yeah, put that there. Nope, not quite right. Fix. Better. And then just place the other ones here. I hate placing blocks on fence posts. It's just strange. There we go. So how does that look? Not terrible. And then actually I need to grab some stairs as well. Here we go. And then I can actually place some of that pillar up here while I'm at it. So just toss the rest of those in there. And come over here, and there we go. And we'll cap it off with a stone half slab like that. And that'll just kind of blend in. So I'll have one of these every, was it 6th block? I didn't put one here just because of this going around that kind of ring to separate it from the mountain. So we'll come down here and grab that stair. Here we go. And that'll just go right there. Again, not going to worry about it on that side because of the mountain behind it. And then if we grab some of this, now what layer does this actually place at? Is that, yeah, I think that'll do. So if I come across like this, you can't actually see that, so I'm not gonna, oh wait, yes you can. Never mind. And that's good. So then I'll come with another layer of this. How's this looking from back here? So I'll come with another layer of this right across here. And that can even just go straight across. And then from behind it, I want to grab this dirt. I'll probably have to get rid of it. Oh, that wasn't right. Nope, that wasn't right. Getting further off with each place here. And this will just go straight down to the ocean floor. Alright, the bridge is done from the side. I added in some random kind of derpy torches because it is kind of dark. And then I added this little thing underneath with the birchwood to kind of hide the underneath, because the underneath is really quite ugly. And if I just take out these last few blocks here, I will get rid of some of that weird lighting. And nope, that one needs to go too. So that's better. And I'm not getting those back anytime soon. Let's just put those there. And come up here so you can see just how it looks from the top. I think it looks pretty nice. And then I added this little thing here. Just these extra 2 pillars with the little bridge that goes into this. So this is what I'm working on in this episode. It's a big room. It's actually going to be a little bit smaller because I had to move this entrance just a little bit when I did the path, and I didn't calculate where the pillars are going to be quite right. So this is actually going to be the left wall, or rather the wall is going to be like along this and here, because I don't want to take out this and replace it. So I'm just going to cover it with a wall. But anyways, speaking of walls, let's look in this chest and you can kind of see what I'm going to be using this episode. I should probably put those away as well. So for this room, I want to use brown clay for the walls and the dark oak for the floor. And the reason I want to go so dark is so that this green here really pops out, because this is what I'm going to be using for most of the room. Do I have any vines out? I do have some of those too. And so this should look really good in the flower biome. It should be pretty bright, and I've got some glowstone too to add some real light rather than just some vibrant colors. But yeah, so that'll be kind of like a jungly theme in here, and this is going to be my cow farm one half, and probably pigs on the other. Not quite sure about the other side, but I can tell you for sure it's going to be cows on this side. But yeah, I need leather. Basically is why I'm building a cow farm. The food will be nice too. I don't have to keep using chicken because beef is superior to chicken. But yeah, the leather is definitely important. I've got a lot of librarians now up in the villager trader, and they need emeralds, of course, to get the enchanted books, but you need to give them another book as well. And I've got the sugarcane down because I built that farm, but now I just need the leather for it. And various other things too, like item frames, but really the books being the big part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the floor in and the walls in. This will take a while. Quick update here. All the ground is in, and yeah, torches are kind of scattered. There's really no pattern at all. But now I got to get the, the wall in, and that'll just go straight like this. I'm probably just going to go straight brown clay all the way across, and then we'll start getting in the fun stuff, all the greenery. Well, that was a clear overestimation of time. That was actually only a few minutes. And I think probably the main reason for that is because these were full blocks versus the half slabs for the floor, which are really a pain to place because they keep like double placing, and I have to go through and break those. But anyways, yeah, glad I don't have to do that again. But the wall is done, and it's looking very dark in here. In fact, I could even go down to Moody and see what that looks like, and this is really dark. Looks kind of cool, really, having all that brown right there and then just having a little bit of gray above us, but of course I can't see like that, so we'll just turn the brightness back up to begin with. But let's head outside and get some of this green and blue. Yeah, definitely going to be including some form of a water feature in this little micro jungle I've got going on in here. But I'm going to get some of the greenery going now. The ceiling, I'm not too certain on what I'm going to do completely. Maybe I'll just even use some more brown, and we'll have some of that behind the jungle leaves. But it'll look kind of like the roof of a jungle forest. Yeah, jungle forest. Okay, so I actually had to split that up into 2 bits, that time lapse there. I got the first part done and then ran out of supplies. Got really tired. I was just like, let's go to bed and do it tomorrow. And then the server had issues for a while, so it took me even longer to get that time lapse recorded. But it's done now, and I actually added a few more bits than what you've seen in the time lapse. So let's go ahead in there. First off, I made the entrance just a little bit bigger. And yeah, I really like the way it looks from the outside. I'm going to do something better out here, maybe a few trees, some bone meal, and maybe some vines along the side. But that'll come at the end. I want to get the actual farm done first. And so if we come in here, and I don't think I explained this before, but you probably saw it in the time lapse. This is even deeper than it was in the time lapse. That's where the cows are going to go. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that this will be a cow farm, and if I haven't, then this is obvious evidence. Yeah, I did because I talked about the leather. So yeah, gonna get those guys in here next. But first, I want to talk about this room. Really, really like the way it turned out. I think the brown was a great call. It doesn't do so much for the room itself, but that's what I like about it. It pulls itself away almost like it's not there from the green, whereas if I had used a brighter color like an oak wood or a stone or something, you wouldn't see the green quite as well, which is kind of the opposite effect of what I want really. And then I just added these cocoa beans about, and I'll get more in here, some melons, some pumpkins, and just a few pumpkins, probably more or less rather than the melons, because the melons are green, they'll fit in better than the pumpkins. However, the pumpkins would match that, so maybe a few more wouldn't hurt it too bad. But then I've got the occasional tree in here, and you can see up there the glowstone. So I've got maximum settings on here, whatever you want to call that. This is the fancy graphics, and that also gets me the vignette effect. So if I hit F1, you can kind of see how it changes the brightness there. And so I usually have that off because I don't like to see through leaves, because I like the highlighting underneath. But I have it on just for now so you can see where all the glowstone is, because being up that high, I mean, that's a good 6-7 blocks off the ground. So it doesn't reach down, and I needed quite a bit. Yeah, so I got like 2 there, 2 even diagonal from each other there. So I checked every block, and nothing should be spawnable now. And I look down here, and this is where water is going to be to push the cows along. I'll explain the farm in a minute, but I just lit that up for now. And yeah, I really like how this is going. I'm still going to add probably some water also, maybe a waterfall or 2 coming out of the wall. I think I should add more to the wall. I put some vines on it, but some other blocks should work with it well, because it is just solid brown. Like I said, that's good. However, it could probably use just a bit more, maybe even just some more green. If I put like melons up against it or something, maybe that'll help. But for now, I want to explain the farm. Basically, I'm going to have, let's grab a few of these here. These, almost lost the farm there. So that's not going to be down there, because that's going to be where the cows go. But I'll have some glass panes that go across like this, and so I can't actually walk into the hole while I'm up here. And what that's going to do for me is I can actually kill the cows. However, I do need to breed them, obviously. I can't just put some cows in there and then kill it. So I'll have a chamber, and the excess will be, whoop, fell in that hole. The excess will be over here. That's why I kind of left this like box shape area empty for now, and that's where the entrance will be, so I can go down and I'll have this little redstone bit, so I can AFK breed, and that'll be great. And then when I'm done with that, I can come up here and kill some of them, and then I'll dot the occasional hopper around here, maybe one there, and there, and then on each line another one, so like I'll have one there, there. I'll probably skip this one because I have it in here, and that'll work because the water will push all the drops around. However, water doesn't actually flow all the way through, so I'll have to have some little mob elevator to get the cows to keep moving, and maybe on the bottom of that is where I'll have all the hoppers, and that'll run down into the AFK room. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Whoa, what was better? That was scary. So yeah, so these will all go in. I'm not going to put all of it in right now because I do still need to get the cows in and the water. But yeah, so that'll be the next part. Cows will be last. I just want to get the water in. You can see just a little bit better, I think, where everything is going to go. I got the water in, and I cut a hole beneath each one. That's where the hoppers are going to go, like I said. And if we hop down there, you can see where all these things are going to go. Oh, nope, in the hole. There we go. So yeah, that's actually a few more holes than I expected, but it won't be a problem. They'll just all link straight up, and then they'll go into a room for collection. That'll be towards the end though, because first I need to do the redstone area and find out where that's going to be. Obviously it's going to be at this height, but exactly where it's going to be might be a little bit challenging to do if I do the hoppers first. So anyways, I'm going to plan out the redstone, or maybe even just do it, because I'm not quite sure how I want to do it. But I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then explain how it goes, because, well, that's kind of an important part of the farm. That's really the main part of this farm, because I do want to do some redstone based thing. It's not just going to be, like I said, a little flowing ring of cows. I'll be right back. Okay, so the redstone's in now. If I hit this button here, you'll see that this little clock starts. Very, very simple clock. I'm not doing any form of a burnout clock. I think that'd be way too fast. This one will work a lot better, and it's toggleable a lot easier. So you see that it goes around, and it hits this block right here from this repeater, and then keeps that current going this way. It's not going to head back up this way and get stuck, because I got repeaters coming out of that block. And if it comes here, it'll hit that block, and when I have a dispenser on top of it, like so, it'll keep hitting it and firing another piece of wheat. And if I have a full inventory, that'll only fill up the block that I'm holding, or the slot that I'm holding, and so I can just keep feeding them. I will obviously fill this up with 9 stacks of wheat, which really is a lot for breeding, but I don't know exactly how long that'll last me. Maybe I could use some better storage with like chests and stuff, but really it's not going to be a huge issue what I'm staring up there. So obviously I'm going to need more wheat. But yeah, so if I come down here now, you can see that this piston here will retract if I flip that switch, and now the clock will just stop, and now it's just an open circuit. So whenever you hit that button, it'll just die. It's not going to pass it. Probably the simplest redstone logic there exists. So if I just close this off now, and which blocks did I actually take out, it's kind of important to know. So I took out that one for the dispenser and those two, and that should be good. So let's just check in a few items here. And now if we hit that button, I can't remember, is up. So up is open circuit and down is closed circuit. So now if I turn that down, okay, there's no decay left from the buttons because nothing's firing out. Now if I hit the button again, now items will start to fire out, and that is the pace that it goes at, which is pretty good for breeding because I don't want it to go too fast. And then I'll obviously be standing on top of that block, which is awesome. I like it. I do like it. Let's get out of F1 mode and see this thing. It's nice. I got the carpets in as well as some pumpkins and melons, and then the back added a little water feature with some sugarcane and some grass. I think overall it just really looks quite jungly. And got this glass in over here as well. I think green glass will probably look better, but that'll have to be between episodes. I'm not going to do that at this moment. I do want to mention also that Trickshot is now MevPlays, which is his YouTube channel. And just like all the other members, links to their YouTube's channels will be in the description. And yeah, he's... What? Anyways, let's look at the cows. One of them actually killed themselves, and I'm not sure how it even happened. I just looked over and I thought I saw damaged particles, and I went down into this chest down here and found some raw beef and leather. Oh, bleeds. That was from putting those guys in there. And found some raw beef and leather, and that was unfortunate. However, I do know that works now. That's, I guess, good. But I still got 2 in here, so I can still breed. And I bet there's one stuck in a corner right now. If I could actually find him. So there's that one. And where's the other one? Please tell me he didn't. Okay, yeah. So he is stuck in a corner. Oh, no, he's not stuck in a corner. So they kind of randomly get stuck in corners and then keep going. And then, sorry, distractions. That'll be solved once I get more in here, and they'll kind of push each other out of the corners, and it'll be no problem at all. But like I said, I'm going to try green glass, because this, as is just pretty noisy. I don't know if I quite like it or not. It kind of adds a lot of brightness right here, so I'm going to try green. I think it'll fit a lot better. But anyways, this has been MopPot, and I'm out.